Welcome to this look at the recent blog that was posted last night. This is on the preview to seasonal gameplay. FarmCon online is underway. It started yesterday on the 21st. It's going to be today on the 22nd and tomorrow on the 23rd, with more stuff being released each day on the actual streams in the evenings. Then later that evening or the following day, they are going to be putting up blogs, which they are now. So what do we know about seasonal gameplay? Well, we've already seen some bits on the season's pictures. We've got more images to look at. And it says, in Farming Simulator 22, you need to prepare for spring, summer, fall and winter. If you don't, you'll see your valuable crops wither away. That is if you choose to play with seasonal cycles enabled, of course. So yesterday, they showed features at FarmCon in a presentation video. I've put the link to that video in the description because I don't have the direct video that I can put onto this particular video itself. So the link is in the description. What it shows is one of the game developers, Jos Kuipers from Giant Software, providing an introduction to seasonal changes in game. Jos is one of the modders for Realismus Modding that brought us and brings us seasons, or has done to date. Jos has worked for Giants for quite a while now. So that link is in the description. Following on with the visual changes we can see through seasons, we're going to take a look at the most obvious changes. They showed four seasons pictures last time we looked at seasons. They have updated the visual appearances of various assets in the game. The tint of trees, grass and bushes is more homogeneous now. They've updated game graphics too, which they're still working on. So what you'll notice is there's more detail here and there. There's been reflections on water, for example. Whether you look at seasons specifically or not, the nature around looks more natural. Since each season comes with its own characteristics, the atmosphere changes quite a bit through the year. In spring, trees start to grow their leaves in vibrant colours. They mature into lush green trees in summer. In fall, autumn, the colour palette changes. The atmosphere turns a bit melancholic before everything will be covered in a thick layer of snow when winter comes around. Here and there, it even gets icy. They also recommend paying the waterfall a visit to enjoy a cave-like place of solitude riddled with icicles, but they don't want to spoil it. Now, if you've stopped to watch the video already, or you're going to wait to watch it in the end, there's another video I'm going to do next where they do a bit more in-depth on Elm Creek, which I'm going to put up the visuals and stuff for that and a link for that one on the next video. And that looks fantastic. And right in the middle of the map, there's like a cave area, like a crag in the middle. Anyway, so yeah, they're recommending you go there for the waterfall. I'm assuming the waterfall's going to freeze up, but they don't want to spoil it right now. So, seasonal gameplay, on or off? And this is a question a lot of people have been asking. It says, by implementing seasonal cycles, they've added a new level of gameplay to Farming Simulator 22. It's not just a visual thing, unless you want it to be. In this case, you deactivate seasonal growth, so you plant and harvest your crops independently of the season. Now, it's difficult to know exactly what it means by that. What I'm gathering from it is the seasonal cycle will continue. So you'll still get the seasons change, but you can deactivate seasonal growth, meaning that you don't have to worry about crop calendars and when you plant, when you harvest. You can just run through your cycles as you usually do. That gives it a higher level of customization. I think people worried you couldn't turn it on or off, and if you could turn it on or off, how much of an on or off? Now, it doesn't go into specifics, but it does seem that there's a lot more, like I say, customizable, which is going to be really, really handy. The seasons in-game are divided into months. A year consists of 12 days, meaning each day in-game will be the equivalent of a month. Now that's different to seasons that we have now, because the seasons we have now, you can actually change the amount of days there are per season up to 24, wasn't it, I think? Is it 24 is the most you can go up to, or is it higher than that now? Anyway, so that's a little bit of a change. So the year will be 12 days, regardless. It doesn't say that that can be adjusted. It's 12 days. Each day is a month, but it does say using the timescale control, it's up to you how fast the days pass. Now, we do have some scalability with time at the moment in game, and we can go on console only up to a certain amount, obviously. But that also makes things a bit more customizable. I like the idea of that. So basically, a season can range from half an hour of playtime up to a long weekend, depending on what you set it on. That's pretty cool. I like the idea of that. If you still want to keep up the seasonal charm of running a farm in the middle of winter, you can go ahead. You can turn off snow separately. So again, another level of customization. You can have it run, but you don't necessarily get snow. So you haven't got to worry about clearing snow. I know it's always been one of those things on seasons that people love it or hate it. And the whole concept of seasons I love. I think it's brilliant. And in that first year, if you get snow, and some people on the current version don't always get it, it's awesome when you get that snow and everything changes and you can go out with snow plows, you can drive around the snow. Yeah, it's fantastic. When you get into your second year, it can be a bit of a chore, and sometimes I really don't want any. Now, there is a bit of customization at the moment. You can adjust it down, only have one layer of snow and that kind of thing. But with this one, they're saying you can turn it off. You can turn snow off separately. As usual, the new feature can be deactivated so you have more control of your gameplay experience. So seasonal gameplay on, it says mind the calendar. Do you want the full experience, including seasonal cycles with impact on gameplay? You'll have to look at the new crop calendar then. The calendar provides an important overview and tells you when you have to plant your crops and when to harvest if seasonal growth is activated. We're familiar with this. If you've played with seasons on, the crop calendar, usually pretty important. Take the new crops, for example. Grapes and olives have to be planted from March to June. Harvest season for grapes starts in September and lasts until the end of October. Olives, though, you have to harvest in the month of October. So you've just got a month. I don't think that olives is actually showing on that particular picture, though. Then it says sorghum, the third new crop in Farming Simulator 22, needs to be sown from April to May. It'll be ready to harvest from August to September. You also have to bear in mind that the demand for your crops and therefore the selling prices change throughout the year. To get the best price, you'll have to store your harvested crops and sell them when the demand is high due to the season. More to do, more to keep in mind. As you can imagine, snow covering your farmlands requires more actions from you. There's some snow ploughing needed to get rid of the snow and keep your roads and yards clear. Also, you have to plan ahead if you're doing animal husbandry. As it is with seasons at the moment, that becomes part of your farming operation. Store enough food for the winter is kind of, again, what we need to be doing. I don't know how far it's going to go with regard to things like, as it stands at the moment, leaving bales out and things, they'll decay, and that it doesn't go into any more detail on that. But then does go on to say, if you don't like to shovel loads of snow and don't possess any animals, you might want to think about starting the production chains, which is something that we have previously looked at. If you have the resources available, you can deliver them to various production halls to produce goods. You might even get into the hauling business to transport all the crops and goods to the next link in the production chain. Remember, you can start multiple production chains at once, so as you can see, there's still lots to do in winter. So a load more pictures, a load more stuff to look at, a load more information. I like the fact it like I say, it does seem a lot more customizable, and that hopefully will alleviate people's concerns. There's still a lot more to seasons we don't know, and I'm sure we're going to be given more information. Farming Simulator 22, as you may or may not be aware, will be released on the 22nd of November for PC, Mac, PS5, Xbox Series X, S, PS4, X1, and Xbox One, and Stadia. You can pre-order now, and if you pre-order, you can receive the Class Zerion Saddle Track Pack for free. Also, like as I said at the start, FarmCon is continuing today and tomorrow. On today's stream this evening, 7 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. CEST, and then whatever that ends up being around the world, wherever you are. There's going to be actual gameplay shown today, which is going to be interesting to see how that pans out. And loads more besides. I mean, yesterday's was fascinating. Loads of information. They showed there was a video from the French company that produced the cinematic trailer, how that was all put together and made, and it's fantastic. So if you're interested in that at all, that's streamed on Twitch, and I think if you go onto the Farming Simulator website and go onto the blog, there should be a link on there as well. You can go straight into the Twitch stream. Like I say, 7 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. CEST. the next video I'm hopefully going to put up today is going to be the one about the extra stuff we now know about Elm Creek, with also the link to the video for what they showed on the FarmCon stream last night. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.